You have my
Is my
address.
video terrible
You
or
I
can
do
come
have your
down at
address.
any point.
I don't have any I have writing utensils, but I have nothing to write it down on. But I'm gonna like take note of every single person in here
Hmm.
and come balance you.
Okay.
This
All right.
sounds really
So
bad, and I know we're live right now.
hey, look, I know
Everybody
you're
but
bad at
Harp.
math. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to write those down. There aren't that many people.
Well, I have yours, I have Kian's, I have JD's, so that means I have Steph's, and I know where Harper's gonna be on a certain date. So
That was
My
the
wedding?
most threatening.
The entire city.
So you gonna come balance them during their wedding? Cool, 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 cool,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's. I mean, I hope in that case it's a positive thing. It doesn't
I
feel
don't
like
know.
it for me. Oh,
Fucking
okay.
fingers crossed.
I've heard I'm great at having parties, so
I mean, if she gets your blood up, then your cheeks are gonna be flushed and nice and rosy for pictures. So that's fine. That'll be good for you, Harp.
but you could also have a black eye if I decide to fight you. I think I could fight Harp.
Elsie, you don't have to fight everyone.
I do, actually.
Yes, it's that Chihuahua mentality right there.
What mentality?
Chihuahua, Chihuahua.
Oh. I thought you said a white woman mentality.
No. Mm-mm. Definitely does not.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong either way. So
We are
less
in for a time tonight.
less unhinged
Yeah,
than less.
this energy, this is good energy. It's gonna be a good time.
This
I don't
is
think.
normal energy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Isn't it always?
I'm hoping.
Absolutely.
I want to fail one more roll today. Just one. Only one. Then I get.
Why? When which role?
I don't. Oh, that's a good question. And I don't know. But I get an advancement. I failed so many times already.
Oh, yay!
Y'all, I could fail one roll and immediately have 5 conditions and be out of the scene.
You sure
Oh,
could.
no.
I hope it happens. I think it'd be a little silly. We'll
On
exchange you for
fact.
Valen.
It could be fun. It could be funny.
Put you in the infirmary and take Valen out. 1-for-1 exchange.
Yeah,
Balance
that's how
as
it
all
works.
things should be.
I
Give and
mean,
you take.
Gotta be my turn sometime.
is it going to be ISO time? Is it going to be the ISO episode?
Who
Because at
knows?
least one of us is going there.
I hope it's me.
I don't
Probably
think.
Why? Oh, because Casey and Gray are there. Okay. Well, I don't think you're gonna get smooches there because they can't. So.
Yeah.
Yes, is that the goal, Elsie?
No, we just confirmed that Connor's going to ISO, not me. So Connor can go smooch.
Oh yeah, Connor definitely
excuse-
wants to smooch Casey and Gray. Those are the
Yeah,
vibes I'm getting.
Kiss with a fist. Duh.
Yeah, yeah. I want to feed them.
A knuckle sandwich.
That was a joke. Thank you so much, Elsie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just gonna
So glad you were here.
I'm just gonna move us to the introduction. We're just gonna keep this energy going. So hi, hello. We are in chaos mode today, I can tell. Welcome to the Entropy Emporium. Thank you for joining us at the nexus of chaotic fun and creativity, where adventurers roll the dice and digital realms come to life. Embrace the entropy of our community as we celebrate the unpredictability of tabletop stories and the dynamic worlds of video games. And it's always so hard to say this with a straight face, but it's true. We just enjoy each other's company. Don't give me that face, Elsie.
I have to keep it consistent every time you say it.
You don't have to look so skeptical. We have a real normal time in this game. And incidentally, this is They Call Us Villains. In fact, this is episode 5 through the Kaleidoscope. Before we get started and begin our introductions, as a reminder regarding content and trigger warnings, including some specific to this episode, the ones that are always there are institutional violence, forced institutionalization, medical abuse, psychological abuse, and gaslighting, themes in line with real world conversion therapy, body horror, gore, and blood, as well as in this episode, the likely use of restraints. If any of those would cross lines for you, please do not continue forcing yourself to watch this stream. We have plenty of other content here that does not involve these particular pieces of content or triggers, and we always want you to prioritize yourself and your safety. I, as always, will be continuing to check in with all of the cast throughout, making sure everyone is fine. We will be using safety tools, and we will step away if at any point we need to, if things get too heavy. But with that, I am going to have my cast go around, introduce themselves, their character, and their character's playbook. And, we'll add in one extra thing this time. What's a fun thing that's going on with your character right now? And we're going to start with Harp.
Why do I have to? There's nothing fun about Mara, period. It's genuinely a foreign concept to her. Hi, I'm Harper. I'm playing Mara, who uses the Nova playbook. Just a heads up, it is supposed to storm very badly where I am in about a couple hours. So if you hear perhaps hail on my window that I'm sitting right next to, that's that, and I'm sorry for any distraction.
It's atmosphere, Harp. It's always atmosphere.
Exactly. You're gonna say something, gonna be lightning, you know?
And Harp, you are playing Mara, and you are the Nova.
Yes.
What is I need to know a fun thing that Mara is experiencing right now.
Mara is working out how to create a cipher in her head so that she can communicate with herself. And that's what she's doing for fun right now.
I love that so much. That's fucking amazing. All right, Kian, you are up next.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon, just depending on where you're hanging out. Tonight, I am playing Valen, who is the Beacon playbook. I'm on the wrong screen, and I immediately lost all thoughts related to this game. And nothing fun is happening to Valen. They're just taking a little nippy nap. That's all. And I, they're taking a little nippy nap, and it was implied that they will make a new friend, and I think that that's a bold assumption. Because Valen's not great at making friends, so but they've been given a task to go make a buddy. But yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, there are some roles that could maybe help with social interaction, but it's good that there's, nothing like a charisma score, nothing like that. You don't need to roll persuasion. You just have to be yourself.
Works really well for Valen and for Kian, so thank you for that, JD.
All right, Q, you are up next.
Hi, I'm Q. Just, a guy out here on the internet. Tonight I'm going to be playing Connor Creed, the transformed playbook. And a fun thing happening to him is he's going to go into ISO probably because of actions. That sounds like fun. That sounds like a great time. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I think if that is where we go, that could be a whole lot of fun. You could join Casey and Gray there.
Oh, for smooches.
Yeah, for smooches. Always.
Obviously.
All right, Steph, you are up next.
Hi, I'm Steph. Tonight I will be playing Silatarn, the Doomed, she with the superior teeth. Something fun happening to her right now. her moths live in her hair and no one else can see them. So that's very fun. It's a nice thing she has. They're always with her. Why are you making that face, JD?
Don't worry about it. I just remembered something I'd forgotten, but I remembered it.
What's that mean? About what? I
Everything's
said
fine.
something that's fun that's happening and you just start making threats. Okay. Hateful.
I didn't make a threat. I just said I remembered
face meant
something that I'd forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, speaking of threats, Elsie.
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I mean, I am a threat. Like, you should absolutely view me as a threat, JD. Like, don't sleep on it. Don't sleep at all. Actually, please sleep a normal amount.
Crawling into your window right now.
Here I come, like. Anyways, hi, I'm Elsie. I'm having a time on many different levels right now. I play Ellie Ellison, the Protege playbook. I'm having a normal one, and I feel like I should always preface my introduction with that. I take a deep breath when I say that because I'm lying through my teeth. And a little fun thing that I am experiencing right now. Like, are we actually interpreting the word fun as fun or like, haha, fun for JD to ruin our lives with? Like, I guess dealer's choice. Because a fun thing that I'm going through is that I have an infection of darkness running through my head of things I have said in the past week. And it's going great. Am I actually contagious? I don't know. Have I infected everybody in this fucking place? I also don't know. But I am just having a fun time dealing with that news.
What do you think about your necklace, Elsie?
So I don't think she noticed that it was doing something until people pointed it out. And at this point, I think she thinks that it has to do with whatever happened to her that night. I don't think she thinks it's cursed or anything. Just, well, I guess it could be cursed, but it was not always cursed.
Of
Good
course it
necklace.
wasn't. It's a
It was a gift.
lovely necklace.
Beautiful necklace.
It was given to you by your boyfriend.
Oh, we can't be saying that actually because LC chose to say mentor
That's
when
correct.
Mara asked. LC said mentor, and LC immediately regretted not saying boyfriend, but now I can't take it back.
A normal gift for a mentor to give.
Yeah, sure is. Y'all can, like, I guess, put the context clues together on that one. That's an easy one.
And so, with that, I think it's time to jump right in because there are theoretically a lot of things that are going to happen tonight. But we're playing to find out, so let's see what happens. Usually, I begin by letting you know what is going on in a part of Hemlock that you are not currently seeing. In fact, recently that has most often been ISO and what is happening to the various patients that have been put in seclusion there. But that's not where we're going to start tonight. And we're just going to be dropping more or less into the action. Because where we are beginning is a place that none of you had seen before. It is a large room And we can't say quite how big it is because much of it is in shadows. But what we can see through those shadows are what look like 5, 6, 8. It's hard to tell exactly how many, but some varying amount of glass cubes. There are floors, but the walls and ceiling are transparent. And there is not much in them outside of a cot placed in each one. Most of them are dark, but 2 of them have lights on. And in those 2 cubes, we see a figure in each. One is sitting up, cross-legged, staring at the other. The other is unconscious on the cot. And we recognize that one because, of course, we recognize Valen. We also recognize the other one as observers, though he looks slightly different. He still has the same rainbow-colored hair, same hazel eyes. But rather than the normal, at least for Hemlock, outfit he was wearing in ISO, he is now wearing what looks like a black straitjacket. Except it doesn't look like a normal straitjacket. There are threads of purple and blue energy coursing through. And unlike what we saw when we previously saw him in ISO, he is perfectly still. He is waiting. He is watching. For what? I guess we'll find out as Valen, you start to wake up. Last thing you remember was Casey punching you in the face.
Valen is typically a abrupt, alert, awake, very tense, but learned that sometimes it is safer to wake slowly and not let people know right away that you're awake. So as he comes to, he kind of just lays there for a second. And if he hears nothing, he will open his eyes and, still not moving anything else, kind of scan the room. Is Caleb still just hanging out?
So, I mean, the good news is what you see immediately is a little bit of space kind of on all sides of you. It's not an incredibly enclosed cube, but it's not large. It would essentially be the extent of being at the ER and being in a curtained off room. And
Okay.
instead of curtains, it is glass walls and a glass ceiling. So when you initially wake up, that's really all you see is the cot beneath you, the walls around you, and then you realize there's another cube next to yours. And that would be when you would notice the figure sitting there, just staring at you.
Am do I am I able to get up and move freely from the bed?
You are. There are no restraints, nothing like that.
Sorry, Elsie is being a little shit. Um, I will sit up and keeping eye contact with Caleb. Um, I Valen assumes that sound cannot pass through, but still says it's kind of creepy to make a habit of watching people sleep. Before kind of looking around the room, I'm looking to see if there's anybody else in the room. I'm looking to see where the doors are. Not of this glass encasement. I know that it will be very hard to get out of this, but once I do make it past, what else is there?
And you can't really see beyond. You see more of the same glass boxes stretching out around you, but you can only see maybe two more on either side. So you're not sure how far this goes. That said, in response to your words, it's very clear to you that sound passes through because you hear Caleb say, "Yeah, well, I haven't had much by way of entertainment recently."
Yeah, seems pretty quiet around here. I honestly expected there to be at least somebody watching.
And he tilts his head as far back as he can, just kind of staring up at the ceiling, and then brings his gaze back to look at you and says, "There's always someone watching. They don't need to be in here to do that."
Um, I am going to. So we established earlier. I do not know who this is because I've never seen him um, in general population. I have no concept. But before Casey knocked me the fuck out, I was told, we're going to talk when you get back from the medical ward. Find out what you can. His name is Caleb. Um, so I'm going to kind of sit up and like kind of start to stretch, and then I'll bend over and kind of like lean over my knees, covering my hands, but will finger spell Caleb to see if he responds.
And there's a moment of confusion, and then he slowly nods.
Um, I'll sit back up. Haven't seen you ever, actually. And I mean, I've only been here a month, so I guess it's not that long, but are you the one they keep locked up in ISO all the time?
I was going to say that they don't let me out much, but yeah, I think that's what they call it. Is there is there anywhere other than those rooms and these rooms here?
How long have you been here?
It's not like they give me a calendar.
Would I have I'm trying to think if Valen would have had this conversation. Um no, I don't think he would have. So I have no concept of how long Caleb has been here. Um I kind of just nod. Uh, and I think Valen looks concerned more than confused because I am locked in here with inmates under lock and key, under cameras constantly. And I did not think it could get worse. And I have now learned that it can be significantly worse than how I have it right now. Um, it's kind of shitty. Do you ever have any company?
I mean, Misty comes by.
Hmm. How often are the orderlies? How often do they come by? Are they just gonna pop their heads in now that they can see I'm awake?
I don't know. They seem to come and go when they choose. I've never had someone else here when I've been here.
What's up with that jacket they have you in? It's kind of a shitty fashion statement if that's what you're going for. Seems a little uncomfortable.
He looks amused at that. It's probably the most emotion you've seen from him. And just kind of tilts his chin down, like nods towards the straitjacket and says, now this, I don't know if it's meant to be for my safety or theirs, but it's for someone's.
Well, if you're locked up in here, you're one of us and not one of them. What can you do? What makes you special? Why did they stick you in here in the first place?
You have time for a story?
Until they come in here and let me out.
It's not really much of a story. I haven't exactly seen much of this world. Didn't really give me a chance to see much of it. I don't know how long ago it was. I don't know if it was on the news. I don't know. I don't know if it's even true. They tell me that it's not true. But I was with my sister. We were in a bad spot. Uh some people thought we had powers. We didn't have powers, at least not then. And something happened. I don't know if it was me, I don't know if it was her, but we brought that building down. I was just the only one who came out of that wreckage. And the thing was, they say there's no record of me here. They say I don't exist. And they say my parents don't exist. So, what can I do? According to them, I can rewrite reality. But that sounds crazy. Because if I could do that, I wouldn't be here. I'd be back with my family. You're muted, Kian.
I unmuted on the wrong thing. Would I have heard of something even similar to this in the news?
Nothing.
Um, can you?
Kian, actually, this is one of those times where I just like to get to have a little fun, and so I would like you just to roll.
No, I'm not smiling anymore. I don't want to do it. Thank you.
Just roll roll 2d6.
No, and not even tell me what it's for.
If this were another system, consider it a luck roll.
Oh, okay. Am I adding them?
Nope, just flat.
Okay.
Yep, so roll 2, add them up, and add 0.
My tummy hurts. Oh, that's an 11.
So I think this makes a lot of sense because one of the things we've established with Valen is that they are very focused on conspiracy theories
Uh-huh.
and are very connected to various conspiracy theories that may be out there. And so I think you would start putting some pieces together. I don't know that this story necessarily stuck out more than others, but it fit with the narrative that you were seeing of the government knows more than they are telling us. So that's where it would have kind of slipped through the cracks. And you do remember it was months and months ago. There were some photos that surfaced of a demolished building. It was in a city, so it wasn't like it was something that could easily be hidden. But there were images of a bunch of unmarked black cars pulling up around it. And now that you're thinking about it, you could swear that you remember catching sight of rainbow colored hair that looks very similar to Caleb's. What really stands out, though, is that someone got a photo of that same building and area, they claimed at least 12 hours later. Looked like nothing had happened. Building was there, building was intact, no sign of damage. Some people claimed the earlier pictures were doctored, manipulated in some way. But that stayed with you.
I can't say I know anything specific, but you're right. Something happened. They're really good at making you think that what you remember is wrong. But there were pictures.
So people know.
Not the general population. I sort of, before getting trapped here, made it my business to look into things like this. You didn't have powers, you said, when you walked into that building.
I mean, I didn't walk in so much as was dragged in, but yeah.
Can you remind me, JD, how did you describe the straitjacket that he's wearing?
Yep, it is all black, but there are threads of blue and purple energy moving through it.
By chance, do I get the same vibes of off this glass as I did off of the door of Dr. O's office.
Of the glass, no.
Okay. Okay. Um, does have I ever seen Bishop do anything with blue magic?
That's a good question. It's a little hard to be certain because so much of Bishop's magic flows through the use of stones
Mhm.
and is influenced by that. So I would say that there likely has been an instance of blue magic, but it's not necessarily her go-to. That tends to be green. I would
Um,
say, if anything, the blue in some ways reminds you more of your own.
yeah. Okay. Um, I uh I have a thing. Where's the thing? Um, straight up creeping. When I scope out a person or place, I get to roll plus mundane. I would like to use that move.
My favorite move from that playbook.
It's such a good name. It's very, very helpful. Oh, but only when you roll high enough. That's a 6.
Incredible.
But I
And
get to
I
mark
think
potential.
you do. You get to mark potential.
That's my first one. Some of us are not exceeding there, Elsie.
We can't all win at potential too, Kian.
Too busy trying to win at therapy.
I'm winning therapy and potential and being completely stable. So fuck you.
Okay. All right. Um, does the glass just seem like normal glass?
So what I'm gonna say, because on a miss, you find yourself in over your head, and I'm gonna
Oh,
tell
shit.
you
I didn't read that
why
part.
this is a bad spot.
Oh, let's go.
Because I think that question that you asked earlier of does this feel at all like Dr. Oleander's office and that door, which you were able to unlock because you tapped into, accidentally or not, you tapped into your own powers, and that somehow negated the magic on that door. There's nothing like that in these glass containers. There is nothing that you look at and think, I could use this to my advantage. You're pretty sure, though, from everything you've experienced at Hemlock, there's no way this is normal glass. I mean, if this were normal glass, you could just slam the cot into it repeatedly and it would shatter. And so I think several things stand out to you. That stands out to you. The fact that you can't see far in this room around you stands out to you. Because you could get out, but you don't know how far you would be running.
Mm-hmm.
And the next piece that stands out is you don't know where you are. This is not a space you've ever been in. And even if you could run, there could be a lot of things between you. But the biggest thing that stands out is you don't feel that energy crackling beneath your skin.
When I key into that, like wringing my own hands because I'm getting nervous. When I key into that, there is like Caleb would be able to see the confusion on my face. Because before this, it was something to ignore, but it was still there. And now it's gone. and it's one of those like you don't know what you've got until it's gone. All of a sudden, it feels very lonely under my skin. Um, and I think I would look down. I would undo the cuffs on my sleeve. Do I still have the markings?
You do. Those
Okay.
are still there.
Okay. More of just the assurance that I haven't been dreaming this for the longer long. I kind of look down. I look around the room. Very faintly, I'm thinking of the darkness that I ran from because I am not a hero. And I will sit back on the cot, and I'm assuming it's just like a pillow, a blanket, the cot. I'm going to grab the pillow from the head and put it on the floor. And I'm going to look at Caleb and say, something definitely happened in that room. And whether or not you believe you can actually rewrite reality, I don't think that they pulled that out of nowhere. Have you ever tried to use your powers with that thing on?
And you say those words, Valen, and something clicks in your head in that moment. Two somethings. The first, you remember that moment, or at least snippets of it, when Casey and Gray were both disconnected from their powers, and that seemed pretty clearly linked to the door that came down separating the group therapy room. But what really stands out to you is you can't feel your powers, which means there's something in these cubes in this room that automatically works to dampen them.
Mm.
What do you think it means that they have Caleb in a straitjacket to further suppress his powers in addition to that? I'm going to leave you with that thought as we pop over to another part of Hemlock where some other fun things are happening.
Fun is a choice word to describe that, but go off, bestie.
We are actually going to begin a few minutes before the rest of you have a chance to consider catching up with Connor just as the alarms start to go off. And I want to begin by asking you, Q, as we move into the garden, or at least what once was the garden, what do we see Connor doing as the lights flash red around him and the alarms sound? No, you are muted, Q.
Okay. Now. Okay. I had to update my mic, so everything got all wonky. It's fine. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave that there, just 'cause I don't trust it. Okay. I think we come from the scene that we had last episode, and it's immediate cut back. The lights are on. Connor is standing there looking at the carnage that is that was his happy place. Um, and I think as he's taking it all in,
He drops to his knees. The sketchbook and the pencil he had clatter to the floor. It, the pencil clatters and rolls away into some shadowed part of the floor that he probably won't see again. It's not that that really matters. Um, he's pretty distraught. Uh, I think all of the everything has hit him all at once, and so he's just slumped over on his knees, crying softly. It's not, a wail. It is quiet, but it is heartbreak.
How does Connor respond when footsteps approach? And I am going to add a piece of clarification. There is something about the tempo and pace of these footsteps that feels very familiar to the vision that you just had.
Oh no. I think anything else he would have ignored. Um, but hearing those footsteps, Connor sort of wipes his eyes, trying to look form, something next to normal, and will stand up.
The man who walks in doesn't look like Dr. Stewart. He doesn't have the same silvering hair. He doesn't have any of that. It's the likely in the same age range, though still has a full head of thick, dark hair. Familiar form of Dr. Foxglove, your group therapist. And he approaches you very, very cautiously, like hands outstretched, and says, Connor, we need you to calm down.
It's it's all gone. I wanted to I needed to get away. I needed to come here and it's gone. I broke a door. I'm sorry. I didn't uh I think he will sit down on the floor for a second.
And Dr. Foxglove is still approaching you very cautiously as he says, we know it's gone, Connor. That's why it was closed off. We didn't want you to see it like this.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. I just needed to come in and then I saw it. I broke your door. I'm sorry.
Doors can be repaired, Connor. I just want to make sure that you're able to be safe. We don't want you to hurt anyone else or yourself.
Did I hurt someone? I'm sorry. Are they okay?
You. What makes. Connor,
You said
do you not remember anything that just happened?
What do you mean?
You're asking me if you hurt someone, like you're not sure if you hurt someone. And so I'm asking you, do you not remember anything that just happened?
I was in with Zilla and Ellie, um, and then I saw I had a bad memory pop up, and so I needed to leave, and so I left, and I came here, and I broke down the door to get into the garden.
Okay, then what I need to understand, Connor, is at what point in any of that would you have hurt someone?
Wouldn't have. That's why I was confused.
I
This
wasn't
place,
saying that you had hurt someone, Connor. I was saying that we want to make sure you're not a danger to others or yourself.
you said again. You said again. So I thought I had hurt someone without realizing it. I've been good about not doing that anymore. So I was worried.
As you just said, Connor, you're being good about not doing that anymore. Hence why I asked or said again.
That was before here. Before here. So I didn't hurt anyone. Just myself. And he looks around at the garden.
Connor, our goal here is to keep you safe.
I thought the goal here was to help us get better.
If you aren't able to be safe, you aren't able to get better.
Doesn't seem like a goal, seems like a necessity. Doctor.
Connor, we can't leave you in here. It's not safe. That is also why we've sectioned it off.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna get up now. And he will stand. Um, I think the search for his things, so the sketchbook and the pencil, and very quickly realizes that the pencil is gone. Um, so he will just grab the sketchbook.
And Dr. Foxglove does not make any attempt to stop you. He does keep his distance, like he is afraid of you.
Cool.
But he doesn't stop you. There are no orderlies waiting for you. if and when you step through the remains of the door.
He will step out. I think he's expecting to be led to ISO. So he's just kind of standing there waiting.
And Dr. Foxglove steps up behind you, again, still keeping his distance, and says, "You're free until group, Connor."
Okay. I think he will head to his room. That seems the safest place.
And I'm going to say I don't think you quite reach your room because I'm imagining that is when Scylla, Mara, and Elle make their way out of the cafeteria and encounter Connor walking down the hallway towards his room while Dr. Foxglove stands in the back surveying the ruined remains of the door. And you might even hear Dr. Foxglove say, "Where's Zeph? We need to fix this."
Connor, did something happen again, or did something? Did you get hurt?
No. I broke the door to the garden.
Oh, was it an accident? Accidents happen.
No. I needed to get in, and the door was in the way.
I guess it's really bad in there, huh?
Yeah. Um,
Would you like a hug?
Not right now, please. Um,
Okay.
Sorry. It's not a good time
It's
for hugs
okay.
for me.
I understand. I don't want the hugs to feel bad, so I can wait. They're for you. Is there anything you need? Anything I can do to help? Or do you just need to go to your room and meditate?
So like, give him some space.
Oh, okay. She takes a few steps back so she's not crowding Connor.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mara.
both of you. Yeah, I need a moment. We're supposed to have
Okay.
group therapy. So I'll see you all then.
Okay.
And
I'll see you then.
unless anyone stops him, he is going to move past. Yeah.
And we're going to follow you in a moment, Connor, and we will also be going back to Valen and Caleb. But before we do, I have to ask, where is Elle? Did she follow the others?
Yeah, she did. Scylla said everything that she would have wanted to say. Uh, but probably better because Scylla is like Connor's best friend. So like she knows him the best, and so there was no need for input on her end, but like literally support and hugs were gonna be what she had to offer, and maybe not hugs. Last time that happened, that didn't go so well. So definitely support, but he needs his space, so that's what she would want to give him. There was a small glare, I think, cast in Mara's direction just when she said give some space because it was a little bit cold in her opinion, and that wasn't really necessary. I think that Scylla knows Connor best, and if Connor needed space, Scylla would know. No words.
Mara this whole time is kind of like not trying not to be obvious about it, but is 100% keeping an eye on the doctor.
And
Well, I'm glad that the alarms are for just a door being broken.
Yep.
Wouldn't want it to be something worse.
Nice non-threatening door. Exactly.
I should probably go to my room too.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your help, Mara.
Okay. And she's going to begin walking in the direction of her room on the opposite side of the hallway.
Okay. Did we? Okay. Is there still breakfast?
as in is breakfast still available at this time?
Wait, I don't want the oatmeal, but if there was like a slice of fruit or something, like an orange, or like orange slices, or like coffee. I didn't get to eat anything before I kind of went psycho mode. I don't want to go back to my room and be alone. That's just the tea.
I mean, there are many places you can go that are not your room. And I guess many is an exaggeration. You could go back to the cafeteria. You could go to the day room.
Can I go check on Valen?
To the medical ward.
Yeah.
You
Is there any reason why it would be closed off? What? Why?
Because the medical ward that Valen is in is not the medical bay that you brought Gray to during the crisis of a few nights ago.
That's weird.
Is it?
I think so. I think a little bit weird.
You go there
like-
and check it out.
Yeah, like that's where I think Valen is. And he's not there.
No, there are 2 cots in the room, a variety of medical supplies. Valen isn't there.
Noted.
I should specify a variety of medical supplies locked up.
Safe medical supplies.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like gauze. Maybe not, you can ingest those. I don't know why we're laughing. It's true. I'll cause a bowel obstruction. Anyways, then I will go to the day room. Actually, hopefully Onyx is there. I would like to be looking for Onyx. I need to talk to Onyx. I'm gonna be real. Onyx and I needed to have a chat again.
Real quick, if Elle is leaving the scene quickly, Mara will not go to her room and will instead talk to Scylla. But that can be later.
I love that. I'm
Oh,
excited to see what happens.
Shady boots.
I talk shit to my face. Wow, okay. I see the divide. I'm about to get voted off the island like fucking Survivor. Forming alliances behind my back. I get it. I get it. I don't like you either, Mara. It's okay. Um that's a joke. I do love Mara. I love Mara. Ella's a little bit pissed off at Mara. I did, in fact, I think it was like a moment, and then when everybody started to disperse a little bit, would have just like moseyed off on her own. So
I'm just keeping note of where people are and who is together and who isn't. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
hey, 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 hey. No.
What the fuck?
So, Elle, you mentioned that you were looking for Onyx. It isn't that hard to find them. They were kind of sticking close to the three of you up until the alarms went off, and then they decided they would rather be elsewhere. And that elsewhere is actually, in fact, the day room because it's pretty empty right now because several people are off the unit and the others have gone towards their rooms and or are in the hall. So it is just actually Onyx and Bridget in there.
I do want to take I will actually make a pit stop in my room and take the necklace off and leave it on my desk thing, my table, whatever. Pretty freaked
Taking
out.
off that gift from your mentor.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Something's wrong with it. Something happened and I don't want to hurt anybody else, and I'm going to have to make a phone call later to probably tell him to come get it. But for now, it can until I can figure out what's going on with it. I don't think she wants to risk whatever happening.
Noted. So you come into the day room. Onyx is just sitting there reading a book.
Hey,
Trying
how
to
did he?
act.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where did he get this book, JT?
You're not sure.
Why does he have a book? That's not fair. You can. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I got upset about the book that I've been trying to get for 2 weeks or longer.
Do you say that to them?
There is absolutely a pause. I don't think it's verbalized. I don't want to be rude and like abrasive about where did you get that book. There's no feralness to it like Elsie has. A little bit more composed. But there is like a stare down at the book and just like, how did he get that? What kind of questioning circulating through her mind? But nothing is said outright. I think she's more preoccupied with what just happened.
And Onyx clearly notices you approach. They don't look up immediately from the book that they're reading. It is, for the record, since we were talking about books, The Starless Sea. But when they look up and they see that it's you, they close the book so that they can just sign, "Is everything okay?"
It's signed back to fine okay after that.
Yeah, that was intense.
What was that? Do you know?
Which part?
said infected. What does that mean?
It means that there's darkness inside of you. Wasn't always there, right?
Not that I know. How? How did I get it?
Came into contact with it, I guess.
Did you always have the darkness? Has that always been your power?
And Onyx looks a little sad and it takes them a moment before they respond and sign back. It always was, but not like this. It didn't used to hurt people.
When did that start?
Elle, you know who I am. And I am going to say, given especially who you are, Elle, I mean, you do indeed know a bit about Onyx's history because they were part of a villainous group. And so that's what they start with, and they wait to see how you're going to respond to that.
There is no flinch. There's no change in her expression. If anything, her expression like looks a little sad or like empathetic towards what he says or they say because they know or yeah, they know that Onyx is trying to do better. And the fact that they started with it didn't used to hurt people already tells her that they don't ever want to hurt anyone. And that's what in essence being a villain would be to her is the intention of harming other people for personal gain, not just doing something wrong. Um, so she would sign back to them just because you were that and made mistakes doesn't mean you are a bad person. I know who you were, but I'm talking to you now, and that's a different person than probably who you used to be.
And you see them shift position just slightly, just so their hands are out of frame of the cameras. And they sign to you. I never hurt anyone before I came here.
And why are you here?
And they shift back so that their hands are in view again, just kind of resettling and sign. Because I was considered dangerous. You knock out the power of a whole city, accidents can happen. Might not be intentional, but people can still get hurt.
Was this after your darkness changed?
And there's a very brief pause. Before they say something like that. And the thing is, Onyx doesn't deal in subtlety. They do not get cagey like this. This was a yes or no question. And the fact that they answered this way is clearly intentional.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how she wants to tackle this next because clearly this is not a conversation to be had in front of cameras. And I'm trying to decide how okay, I'm gonna do something a little funny, a little silly, and we all know what that means for me. So Ellie will briefly, just quickly, as best she can out of the view of the camera, sign. You said yours was slightly different than mine. I want to see something. There's a table in this room, right? That's got chairs in it, but it's secured to the ground, right? And then after she says that, we'll sign, will you show me your book? And like go over to the table and sit down.
And Onyx tilts their head and studies you for a moment, but then just shrugs and follows.
Okay. She's gonna put her hands in her lap and take off one glove underneath the table. With her head like motion for him to sit next to her.
They sit down next to you.
And I will hold out my hand underneath the table for them to take.
And it does take a bit for them to sign this to you first. And I think they cover it by having you take a look at the book and like sliding that over so it's in front of you. And with the hand that is still on top of the table, kind of open it up, like point to some of the pages. But meanwhile, they are finger spelling. Are you sure you want to do this?
No. But I'm also tired of not knowing what's going on.
And Onyx takes your hand. And that is where we are going to go on break.
What? Oh, I think
It's
I'm
been
ready
like
for
10
break.
minutes since all that shit in the cafeteria.
Yeah, but
This
it's
is
been
20
like 2 weeks out of game. So, like, you know, we can forgive Elsie for this.
This is
I
listen, this is 24 all over again. This is redacted all over again.
no, we already
No, we're not doing that. Listen, JD tricked us by going, oh yeah, it's been 3 days. Psych, 24 hours.
I'm just saying, you guys showed her that she can control it. So like, yeah, it just happened and now she wants answers, and if I see the spooky hot guy with the antlers, it's fine.
And whether you will see the spooky hot guy with the antlers, find out in 10 minutes.
Oh, you know what? Fucking go for it. We can't be a team because Harp's out here trying to fucking make sure I fail. Fuck you.
I'm not trying to
Was
make
that Harp-
sure.
Wait,
Well,
was that
And-
Harp or Mara?
I'm.
Who were you
For
talking?
Kaleidoscope.
Harp.
Joking,
No.
Harp. Okay, no, you know what? Fine. This is me leaving. I hope everybody had a good stream. I'm clearly not wanted here. Bye.
You're still
now
here.
LC's
We know
gone.
you're still here.
you don't.
Okay. Right.
Idiot.
Okay. It's great. It's fantastic.
Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
I got to clear
I
insecure,
just-
so that's the real. winner.
That is true because Elle decided to do a foolhardy action. She got
But
to clear insecure.
I'm winning with potential. I'm winning with having the least. I have less labels than, or whatever you call them, conditions than Mara. So winning there. I'm winning therapy.
I'm the
and-
only person who has any.
Yeah, so you're
When did
losing.
I become the comparison point? I suck.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
You all are doing what I love players to do in my games, which is making your lives progressively harder, and that makes me happy.
I like what someone shared in a meme actually from Academy H with me today, and it's called "Making Your Life Harder Because You Can," for the fun of it. And I think that's
absolutely.
why these two characters would be best friends.
Yes, 100%.
Was that Lyra?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's got to be
Absolutely.
Lyra.
It's canon. We have
Yeah.
shared apple slices and Oreos at middle school competitions or something like that. It was very cute. It was very cute. Yes.
Aww.
That's adorable.
As we are clearly preparing for our Academy H and They Call Us Villains crossover arc.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a time.
Look.
It's gonna be a jailbreak.
It's going to be a really interesting game as I'm playing in Academy H, but also
Mhm.
GMing this game all at the same time.
Sounds like a skill
Mhm.
issue.
Hey, Elsie.
Mm.
I know that you think you want the smoke. You don't. You simply do not.
Hmm.
Did you hear that? Did
That
you
was
hear
so.
Mhm.
That sounded
Did you-
so disappointed, JJ.
and also threatening.
Yeah.
I would like to see them try.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Before you continue to bury yourself, before you put your foot further in your mouth, just touched hands. You just did the thing.
Why do you
So
make it sound like something like dirty?
Because it is.
not dirty. Hey, listen, for one, you did it, not me. So that's talking
Okay.
about, okay, that's you. But also call a spade, you know. If the shoe fits, put that bitch on and run to your own downfall.
Wise words, Q. Wise
Thank you.
words.
Thank you. Yeah, as an elder
He's
gay,
always-
wisdom is a part of the, it's part of the package.
Let me. I made my bed. You know
Yeah,
why? Does
now you
that,
can die
why
in
is
it.
that phrase? No. Oh fuck. Why? That's escalated. I was gonna say, why does that phrase go? You made your bed, now sleep in it. When you just made the bed, like, why am I sleeping in the bed I just made? I just made it. Like, fuck. That took spoons.
That is such an ADHD answer. That is such an ADHD question. That is a neurospicy answer for that ass. Oh, fantastic.
Well, with that and the chaotic energy we are bringing tonight, which has gone few places I expected, let's jump into a scene that I think is going to take us in a direction I would not have anticipated, but I'm very eager to see what happens. And that is to rejoin
No.
Mara and Scylla as they are in the hallway.
Scylla, I just thought about something.
Oh, yeah. What?
So you saw it when Connor touched Elle's locket, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Seems like that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I thought it got, like, it was cursed, or the darkness made it cursed.
I think that's a good thought.
Really?
Do you think?
Thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that's what happened. Do you think Elle would part ways with it?
No, she seemed really defensive when I was asking who gave her a cursed necklace.
Don't you think that's a little weird? A little odd?
Well, I mean, they said it was a gift from their mentor, right? And like, my mentor's really cool, so her mentor must be pretty cool. So I guess like she wouldn't want to like make it seem disrespectful if she got rid of a gift from her mentor.
So you've been in here longer than Elle, right?
I think 4 months. I think we established is L3. Yeah. Yes. So it takes a moment to do like some mental math. Just like yes, I have by 1 month.
Do you know much about her?
Yeah.
Sorry, not her in here. Her before here.
She was a superhero in training. And then there was an accident and she came here.
Okay. Yeah, that's about what I've heard. Scylla, we can agree that necklace is bad news, right?
Yes.
I can break it.
If you break it, does that break what's wrong with it, or does that just let it go loose?
I would rather it be gone than here. I understand the concerns. If you know more about it than I do, then for sure let me know.
No, you're the sciencey one. I don't know much about how.
Okay. First of all, science is not like. Never mind.
Okay.
If I can get the necklace, I can break it. Whether or not you want that to happen, it's your call. But you'd be better at getting the necklace than I would be, certainly.
Oh. So you don't want to just ask Ellie to take care of it. You want to take care of it and then tell Ellie we fixed it for her.
I wouldn't use those words, but sure. I think it's worth a shot to ask. I don't exactly have the highest hopes with her, but it's worth a shot.
I mean, I don't want it to hurt her, but it wouldn't be nice to do it without asking.
If she keeps it, she'll hurt herself again.
Well,
Well, let's ask first.
Okay.
Would that be better? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
let's go next.
consent is important.
Yeah, let's go over and ask. If she says no, then we can make another plan or decide
Okay.
what we want to do from there. Okay?
I like that.
So
Okay, let's go.
I'm curious. I would like you to roll with superior.
Okay. I have one superior. That is a 7.
So what I'm gonna say with that is you all see Elle coming back from her room. You know that she was wearing that necklace when she went in that direction. Mara, you're the one who clocks. It isn't on her anymore. What you want to do with that information is up to you.
Just like watching Elle go by. So, have you ever gotten into anybody else's room before? Right after Elle's out of earshot.
I mean, yes.
Well, the amulet's in her room right now.
Well,
Or in her pocket, I guess, if she went to her room to take it off and put it in her pocket.
We could check the room first. After you break it and get rid of the darkness, could we like glue it back together?
I'll let you do whatever you want with the pieces, Scylla.
Okay, thank you. I mean, if we take care of it, then she wouldn't get in trouble for her with her mentor. So
Sure.
yeah.
How about this? If you want to, because I wouldn't be much help getting into her room, I can ask her while you're in the room.
Oh, okay. And then I'll have it ready to go in case she says yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mara is smiling when she's talking to Scylla as they go like opposite ways, complete blank expression.
All right,
helping her friends.
Scylla, you are doing an incredible job. We are so proud of you. You are going to find the necklace, and I think I am also going to have you roll with Superior to assess the situation.
Superior? I'm pretty sure that's my one bad stat. Yeah, it is. Haha! Okay, that's fine. She's not smart. And because I have a -1, that's a 6. No thoughts, head empty. Just wants to help a friend. Sure, it's fine.
And I'm gonna ask for clarification so I can know exactly where things go wrong for Scylla. Elle, where did you put the necklace?
First of all, Scylla is smart. Just jot that down. Second of all, there's like, I think is there. I couldn't remember what furniture we established is in the room beside like the bed. Is it a bedside table or is it like a desk?
There's a
Like-
desk.
Okay, it was on the desk. It was just on the desk. Like I don't think that Elle anticipates anyone to steal her shit. Like we don't have a lot of shit, and there's not a lot of us here, so it's just there.
And so, Scylla, you do find the necklace. I mean, it's impossible to miss it. And I think the role, once again, makes a lot of sense. Because you approach the desk and your hair starts moving.
Oh, buddies.
Your hair starts moving in a very, very agitated fashion.
Hey, what's wrong? Am I doing a
And
bad thing?
they don't answer, but you feel your hair almost starting to heat up.
If I back away from the desk, does it cool down at all?
It sure does.
Was it hurting you? Are you still alive in there?
And there's movement, like indicating life, but there isn't an answer beyond that.
I mean, I guess it would be hard to answer when you don't have vocal cords. Morse code might be good to learn. Do you think you guys can learn Morse code? You can just tap it on my head.
Scylla's just kind of very concerned because it's like she's not going to get closer because she doesn't want it to hurt her friends. But also now she's very concerned because like, oh no, what's it going to do to Ellie? So she's kind of in the doorway. Let me find the playbook because I should have had that moves sheet open. I would like to try to assess the situation with the necklace.
I'm gonna say that's what you already did
Oh,
when you went
okay.
in. Yep.
Okay,
So
fair,
you've
fair.
actually gotten a decent amount of information, which is that there is something about it that the moths don't like. I am just going to put it out there, Steph.
Yeah.
You do have dark vision.
They do have dark visions. I think given that reaction and that Elle wears it, but she's not wearing it now, but she could put it back on. And what if it starts hurting her? Like, she's strong enough to handle it, but Scylla still doesn't want her friends hurt. Yeah, why not do a dark vision and try to figure out what exactly is going on with the necklace? So I'm gonna mark a doom track for that one. It's fun. That's fun.
So it sounds like your question, Scylla, is what is going to happen to Ellie with the necklace?
Yes.
Before I tell you what you see,
Mhm.
what do you imagine it looks like when Scylla experiences one of these visions?
I think for Scylla, she goes like very still. And since she's awake, she just kind of crouches down to the floor, just kind of like hunched down, and just kind of is staring at the focal point of what the vision is. And is just kind of like perfectly still, unblinking, unmoving, just watching. So that her whole focus is on the item the visions are going to be about. And I think the patches of blue skin do shimmer when she does this. And her eyes shimmer too.
And Scylla, you are staring directly at that necklace, which right now is resting on top of the desk. And then you start to pull back, but you're not moving. The image is moving, and the necklace is no longer resting against wood. It's resting. Well, I'm gonna ask. I'll see this. What did Elle's superhero outfit look like?
It was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna use like pop culture references because I think that's easiest for me to describe it as. It's like a mix of a Sailor Scout uniform and then Anne Boleyn's outfit from Six. Why is this funny?
I love it.
It's so
Those
cute.
just
I love it.
weren't going to be combinations that I put together, but I love them.
Well, it's like it's not like it's the shape of the outfit, not like the materials. The materials are like iridescent, almost like it's like a white-ish color that is like almost reflective, um, with probably some like silver linings to it. And it kind of it's like a little bit shimmery, yeah, because her whole thing is like mimeo, which is like a reflection, a mimeograph or a copy. So it's kind of almost like a reflective surface, so it's like an iridescent material.
And that would be what you would expect to see. But rather than it being a white fabric, it's black fabric now. It's still reflective, but it gives more of the impression of something like obsidian. And you continue to pull back and see Elle, but see Elle in a way that you've never seen her before. She is floating in the air, suspended in a way you didn't know she could do, but you're not sure she's chosen whatever is happening right now. Because there are inky black and purple tendrils spiraling from her body, reaching into buildings around her, and you hear screams. And Elle herself looks different. Her eyes are jet black. No whites, no irises, nothing. And there looks to be almost black veins beneath her skin.
Ellie, who did this to you?
And as you continue pulling back from this, you realize that those tendrils aren't only affecting the buildings and the people in them right around you. The entire city is filled with these dark coils of energy. And that necklace blowing against Elle's skin looks to be at least a focal point of this. And then you're back at Hemlock.
I see why you didn't want me to touch it, little buddies. Thank you. I gotta go tell Ellie not to touch it ever again.
And Scylla just bolts out of the room, just scampers to go find Mara and Ellie to give them the update of it's fucking bad.
And Harp, I do need to know, as we are doing order of business, did Mara go to find Elle, or did she just wait for Scylla to return?
Wait, that's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. I actually don't. I in my head, I think she was going to, but actually, it makes way more sense for her to not ask Al, and she would be walking in the opposite direction when Scylla got out of the room. Like she would be walking as if she was coming back.
Hi, Mara. Did Ellie say yes?
She was pretty understanding. She was sad about it, but
Oh, that's good. Because it's really bad. I couldn't touch it.
what?
It made my hair feel like it was burning. And then when I tried to figure out what about a necklace with a curse on it that I know nothing about would make my hair burn, I kind of saw it like controlling Ellie with like these like creepy black purple tendrils that were like puppeting her.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot. That's
It's
a
really
lot worse
bad.
than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Where is it? I can break it like
it's
now.
It's still on her desk. I couldn't pick it up because it made my hair feel like it was burning.
Is it hard? Do I know? Is it hard to get into somebody else's room, or do you just open the door and enter their room?
The doors are open all of the
Oh,
time
okay.
during the day, so yeah,
Cool.
it's not difficult at all.
Okay, cool. I had a different idea. Yeah,
You're
So what?
constantly supervised, so like
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll for sure like start like power walking. Come on, we got this. It'll be all good.
Okay, just be careful because I don't want your hair to burn either.
I think it'll be good.
Okay.
I okay. When they get to Elle's room, you need to stand,
In the hallway?
yeah, pretty
Okay.
far away from me, please.
But vision or
Honestly, protect your eyes first. So yeah, don't
oh,
maybe just like a little bit away.
okay.
Um,
Okay, I'll step away from the doorway, but I'm still within earshot. So if you need help, you can just call me. Okay?
um, yeah. Thanks. Actually, thanks.
Yeah, of
I
course. You're
appreciate that.
welcome. Yay. I've got your back.
Yeah. And so in case this goes bad, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault. You're trying to help.
Um, if Elle asks you anything,
Uh-huh.
well, just tell her what I said.
Okay. I will.
Okay.
Just be careful. And I'm right here.
Okay. And Mara is going to walk into the room and start charging her powers.
all right. Make that roll, Harp.
One second, I have to find what I add. Sorry, what's up?
So I am going to give you a choice, Harp. I am going to be kind right now.
Wait, that
You
makes me
can
think.
charge your powers. We know that
Okay.
there is a cost associated with that.
Mm-hmm.
I will also let you roll to unleash your powers in this instance. Since you
I
are
just
not,
have.
you would just roll with Freak, and I will let you do something with your powers without you having to go Nova on us.
Okay. I, if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't care too much about conditions right now. I just want to maximize my chance of success. And I think I have a better chance of succeeding rolling plus my current condition. Oh wait, no, they're both plus 2. Because if I get enough burn, I auto succeed on
You do.
unleash your powers.
I will give you the choice. I will just say, given the number of conditions you have, you are playing with fire, depending on that roll.
You know, there's more upside. There's more upside to unleashing my powers. I think I am going to charge. Start charging.
I love it. Do it.
Okay. And I roll plus conditions. I should have, because that's a 9 right now. That's a mixed success. Okay, I just mark one condition, so we're good. And I hold 3 burn.
Incredible. Which condition
that's gonna
are
be
you going to
guilty.
mark? Guilty?
Guilty.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
And then I'm going to spend 2 of those burn. Yep, spend 2 burn, taking a 10 plus to unleash.
Incredible. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Before we come back to that, we're actually going to at least briefly pop over to Connor. I'm curious now that Connor is in his room, what is he doing?
I think luckily he has extra pencils. So I think he is drawing out his frustrations. Um, hmm. Okay. I think what he's drawing is himself. Uh, or I think more importantly, it starts off small. It is people. Um, some of them look a little like Scylla and Ellie, Mara, Valen. And then above that is Connor. Large, imposing, like a giant, ready to overtake them. And above that is a figure, almost as if moving the strings. The face is a mixture of Dr. Foxglove and Dr. Stewart. And I think halfway through he realizes what he's drawing, but he doesn't stop.
Connor, as you are sitting there in the midst of drawing this, of clearly processing some things, there's a knock on the doorframe.
Cool. Connor just looks up. He does not hide the sketchbook.
That might be okay. I guess we'll find out, because the person who's standing there is someone who until now has been more in the background. A young black man with short cropped hair and purple eyes. And Lucian waits for permission before stepping inside, but does ask, "Can I come in?"
Uh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
I just I wanted to see how you were doing. It seemed like things got a little intense during breakfast this morning.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it did. Um, there's been a lot going on. I don't I don't really know what to do.
What to do about what?
Pick a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that was kind of a loaded question.
Does it ever feel like we're not really here to get better?
You see Lucian swallow hard in response to that, and their jaw tighten. And then he just shrugs one shoulder and says, "They tell us that we're here to get better. That's gotta be what we're here for, isn't it?"
I know. And he'll just sort of look around, like there's an obvious look at, because there are cameras in our room, right? Yeah. I know we're supposed to be on our best behavior. But sometimes it doesn't feel like even being on our best behavior is enough. Sorry, I don't want to get you in trouble.
I mean, I'm pretty good at getting myself into trouble, at doing the one thing I'm not supposed to do here.
I If we're supposed to get better, shouldn't we be training how to control our powers? We're we're not normal humans, so not using them isn't going to make us better. It's just going to make us fearful of what we are.
I mean, isn't that why they're working on a cure?
So does that mean we're just test subjects?
I like to think of it as the people lucky enough to get it first.
I wish a cure would be enough for what's happened to me. Take away what I can do, and I'm still fucked in the head.
It's like you said earlier, that whether or not they're actually trying to help us get better. I guess that depends on who's defining it. Because a cure is something. But you're right, it doesn't change everything.
I need to be calm. If
Do
I
you want
don't
me to
soon,
help?
yes.
And you can tell that Lucian is nervous. And you can tell that they know what the consequences of this are going to be. But it is also abundantly clear that this is why he came to your room. And I'm going to let you tell me, Q.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't immediately start singing. He asks you first, what song always makes you feel good? What calms you?
I think uh, Connor will take his hand, both for support and as reassurance. Um, do you know any Nat King Cole?
Of course I do.
Um, I would like to smile, please.
And Lucian kneels down beside you. You're not on eye level at that point because you are so much taller than he is.
Yeah.
But he maintains that eye contact throughout. And I think this is the first time, and maybe it was because he didn't try to help. Maybe it was because he asked you what you needed. But for the first time since you've known Lucian, he sings, and his ability to influence the emotions of people around him works.
And I think when it actually hits, there are a few tears. But then Connor does, in fact, smile.
And I cannot provide a better closing moment for that scene. And so we will pan away from the one moment of peace and calm that is happening right now. And we're going to move back to the medical ward where Valen and Caleb are. Where Valen has just realized something about Caleb and seems to be putting some pieces into place.
Valen starts telling Caleb about everybody else in the ward. Talks about the would-be hero, the one who bites all the furniture, the gentle giant, the new girl who is real fucking mean, but can't get clear vibes on. She's only been here 2 days. And I think doesn't shy away from the shittiness of this, but just starts to paint the picture of what outside of at least Caleb's experience has been. And starts talking about whatever funny moments Valen can glean, tells them about getting socked in the face by Casey, and that's how they ended up here. and then kind of stops and very intentionally says, "You know, I really thought it was fucked up what they were doing to us, but your situation is way worse. This is this is really shitty of them."
Valen, before we even get to that piece, there's a moment as you're listing off the people on the unit and telling Caleb about them that he, with surprising dexterity and grace, gets off the cot that he's been sitting on, despite the fact that he doesn't have any use of his arms, and moves over to the glass to stare at you and asks if a person is on the unit, but you can't understand the name that he is saying. It sounds like nonsense. It even almost makes your head hurt a bit to hear it. And he keeps asking, is she there? Do they have her too?
I don't understand what you're saying.
And he repeats the name as though it's going to do something.
That's not
And
saying it over and over again is not going to help. Okay, you're not speaking English.
I am speaking English. That's the name of my sister.
Okay, well, your sister's name doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard, and I can't parse it together. So figure out another way to tell me what her name is.
I don't know why it's like that. Everyone understands my name when I say it. I can say Caleb. It's not a problem. But I say, and he says the name again, and everyone looks at me like you do.
Okay, what does she look like?
Her face. We have the same eyes. Her hair is, I don't know why. I don't know why I can't describe her. I don't know why everything I try to say about her makes no sense to anyone.
Okay, her hair. Is her hair brown? Just say yes or no.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Is she taller or shorter than me? And I'll stand up.
She's about your height.
Okay. Does her name start with the letter A? And I'll kind of just go through the alphabet to see if I can get the what alphabet do we use? What alphabet do we use? It's not the Cyrillian alphabet. What do we call it? Whatever we use.
Whatever we use.
I'm stuck. I'm sorry.
And that's where things get stuck again. Because the letters he chooses make no sense.
Okay. Forget the name front. I don't know that I'm going to be able to figure out if your sister is here or not. I think we gotta. I don't know. I guess I can try to draw something, and as I'm saying that, I'm gonna do the same thing where I kind of hide my hands, and I'm gonna sign, "Get you out."
And he nods. and says, That sounds good.
If you just try to push your brain to think and just try to, I don't know, fight whatever they've done. And every time Valen says push, says fight, says break, is just getting more and more emphatic.
And Valen, you are amping Caleb up. It isn't hard. There's many reasons he's been an ISO, but one has certainly been that self-control is not a strong suit. It starts in his eyes. They've been a very normal-looking hazel this entire time. And at some point, as you are repeating those words to him, as you are getting more and more emphatic, they start to glow. They start to swirl. It's kind of like a rainbow. And you notice that one of those cords, question mark, of energy that is moving through the suit, the straitjacket as it were, breaks. It goes dark.
I think there is a moment where I am watching what I want, especially now, not feeling whatever power it was that I had. I am watching somebody else once again get what I want. And Valen, at the end of the day, is the kind of person that, when pushed into a corner, will lash out, claws and teeth bared. And so looks Caleb dead in the eyes and says, "How the fuck do you expect to help your sister when you just let them lock you up in here?"
I would like you to roll to provoke someone.
I don't even know what I roll for that. Why don't I know what I roll for that? I should.
Plus superior.
Thank you. My heart is racing so fast right now. I'm so scared. Okay. That's a 7.
I think once again, this makes a lot of sense. Because I'm going to choose that Caleb overreacts, which means you gain influence over him.
That's my first one.
Phelan, you have very quickly gotten a read on Caleb and recognized exactly what buttons to push. And it is clear that there is something, understandably, like about his sister and her absence that is exactly that soft spot to dig the knife in. What I don't think you are prepared for is how quickly things change. Because before, it was one of those cords going dark. Now all of them do. In one
Shit.
moment. The straitjacket unhooks and his arms are free. And now the rainbow aura isn't just in his eyes, it is spilling from everywhere. From his ears, his mouth, his skin. It is just leaking out of him. And everything it touches looks like an oil slick. And you don't have much time to see what is reflected back in that. But you don't want to, because it is something dark and hungry and cold. And it is starting to literally claw its way through the floor of the cube that Caleb is in. And Caleb still doesn't have use of his hands. They're still enclosed in the straitjacket. But he raises them. And says, I want out. And all of the cubes, including yours, shatter.
Yes.
What do you do, Valen?
I think when he says that, I know a bomb when it's about to explode. I am often the overflow of power that lashes out. So I dive for the pillow and cover my face with it because I got to be able to see. And then when the glass shatters, I am going to pull the pillow down and look at Caleb. Is he making any? I'm sorry. Are they? What pronouns does Caleb use?
He, him.
Is he making any immediate movements?
He is and isn't. He is rising into the air.
I am trying to make a split decision of, is Caleb an asset or a distraction? What purpose do I have for him right now? And I think that Valen snaps back to Casey saying, find out what you can. And bad idea. I'm going to reach out and try to grab him because I want him to come with me as I make a run for it.
Interesting.
Do I need to roll up a new character now? Because I'm going to touch the fucking supernova bomb going off.
Okay. I dig this. I'm not gonna have you roll anything, Valen, but something is going to happen. So you reach out to grab Caleb. And immediately, it is almost like your hand is fused to whatever you touch. If it is one of the straps, if it is his foot, whatever it is like you are attached.
We're in it now,
there
Joe.
is a swirling vortex of that same kaleidoscopic energy. And then you are falling. And then, while you do not have time to properly see it this session, you land stumbling to your knees in what looks like a bedroom. But we'll get back to that next time.
No. Circle back. Whose bedroom am I in, JD?
You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. We're gonna play to find out.
I hate this fucking family. Oh my god.
Speaking of other choices that are happening right now, we have multiple things occurring at once. We have Connor having a very nice moment.
1 minute of peace. Yep.
We have Scylla and Mara dealing with a cursed necklace. We have Valen going somewhere else for at least a little bit. And then we have Elle, who has just reached out to take Onyx's hand. I'm curious. Has Elle ever touched the hand of someone who she has similar powers to?
Yeah, all the time. I hold hands with Rook all the time.
Namely Rook. Okay. What does it feel like when you hold hands with your mentor?
I think it's less of like that brief shock. And stop laughing at me, guys? Stop laughing at me. It's fine. They're fine. It's like less of a shock, like the static shocky tingling sensation that runs up the area that was touched. It's more like a softer like warmth kind of situation, like the glow from like a fluorescent light bulb or like the sun BH. And it's like a synchronicity of like this is similar to me, so it kind of like just flows into each other, because like how her power works is like the DNA like is being changed, so like when you encounter something that doesn't need to be altered that much, there's not much resistance, so it just kind of flows. The light still happens, there's still that glowing sensation, but not so much a static shock.
And I'm curious then, Elle, does it feel any different in any way, do you imagine, when it is that similar feeling to that darkness that you've been trying so hard to keep at bay? Is there any resistance on your part to feeling that connection when that has historically, in a lot of ways, felt so comforting?
They did describe it as similar but different when I first asked them about the darkness in the cafeteria. And I think naturally, yeah, there would be that scared resistance given what also just happened in the cafeteria. But I would say, at least since it's somewhat similar in that they do have some kind of like parallel, there is that fluidity and warmth to it, but absolutely not as accepting as it would have been as if she was holding Rook's hand. But she doesn't stop it. It's just like that apprehensive, like I'm sure her heart is racing out of her chest and she's terrified right now, regardless. So just that anxiety. apprehensiveness.
The room almost immediately begins to fill with darkness. At first, it's almost a cloud over your head and Onyx's head. Bridget absolutely is getting the fuck out of there because she doesn't need to be there to experience whatever is happening. She's the next in line to get out. She does not want to be a part of any of this, especially after what the darkness did to the last person who was top of the list to get out. Onyx doesn't seem afraid as this happens. In fact, they feel more like an anchor to you in this moment. Because I think what scares you, Elle, is this feels good. This feels powerful. You're not trying to hold this back anymore. You realize how strong you could be.
And it doesn't like lash out or anything, it just sits there.
It just sits there. Just starting right above you, but then starting to branch out and fill the rest of the room. It is not behaving aggressively.
I would take a deep breath, like Connor told me how to do. Think of the sun, like Scylla instructed me to do. Let go of Onyx's hand. Take another like centering breath and then look at the darkness that's branching out and begin to think of it withdrawing back on itself. And like I think how she's doing that is kind of like how sunlight when it moves, the shadows also shift with it, like away from it. So kind of like hurting it in a way. But Cyan, what do I do now to control it?
We're going to get back to that in a moment because I'm going to flash back over to Mara. So I would like to know, Mara, as you use your burn on destroying this necklace, what does that look like?
Mara is going to get really fucking close to it. Like how she envisioned this was that she grabs it in her hand and explodes it like that, and it just like falls out. But she doesn't think she can do that, obviously, without touching it. So I think she is going to just get really fucking close. The table or whatever it's on be damned, and is just going to try and demolish it by creating gravity so dense, focused on it, and then suddenly letting go of it.
So I'm going to throw a thought out there. And you can let me know if this is something that Mara would do. I may also be breaking the rules of reality and physics and everything else by suggesting this, but you know, that's fine. So we won't worry about that. The thing is, when you use burn, it is what makes the Nova so powerful. It is what allows you to do things that should not be possible. And your goal is to destroy / get rid of this necklace. I think there's a moment where, as you're preparing to destroy it, Mara, you think about the conversation you just had with Scylla. What will happen when this breaks open? What will happen if this, whatever is inside of this is unleashed?
Uh-huh.
And I think you realize that with what you can do, you could drop it into a black hole.
Yeah, I think she would be. Oh, sorry, my camera came unfocused. Okay, there we go. I think she would be like holding it by like the very tip of like the chain or whatever, and just has that epiphany that like I could turn this into just random matter by compressing it so hard that atoms rearrange, right? And I think she is going to say, Scylla,
Yes.
further back,
Oh, okay.
just without looking at where Scylla is.
Scylla has her eyes covered and is just one hand on the wall, just backing up. Like,
Are you still safe?
And Mara is going to try without answering that.
And you were using burn, so there is no try. This is a 10 plus. What you want to have happen to this necklace absolutely happens.
I think that there is like a loud explosion, or like a pop that happens. But there is no debris, there is no dust or anything from it. It has turned into hydrogen and helium and oxygen and nitrogen. And she just stands there for a second. Are you okay, Scylla?
Yeah, are you? It was really loud. Should I keep going?
You're fine now.
okay, Scylla kind of runs over and joins Mara in the room, just like,
Are you okay? Did it hurt?
I didn't touch it.
Oh, good. I don't see it. Is it gone?
does my hair feel like burning?
Nope, everything feels fine. There are no warning signs.
No more burn.
Good. Now listen,
Yes.
I was going to be very mad about this.
Well, why? You said she understood but was sad. Is it because we can't put it back together? Oh
Scylla, don't. You know what? No. Scylla, I lied to you about that.
no. What? Why?
Because I wanted to destroy the necklace.
Well, I mean, I wanted to make sure it was safe, but why did you lie?
Because I needed to destroy the necklace, Scylla.
Well, he's gonna be really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Oh no. But I mean, we can tell her she's safe now, so maybe she won't be as sad as she could have been.
Hey, how about this, Scylla?
Uh-huh.
I will tell her things, and you can say, being honest, that I lied to you. I tricked you. You didn't know what I was going to do or why I was doing it. And I can handle the
Okay.
rest.
Okay. So you just lied to me because you wanted to make sure you could destroy it and not because you don't like me.
Scylla, you were nice to me, okay?
Yes.
Yes. I don't care about that.
Okay.
I appreciate that you are nice to me. You can choose to do that in the future, or you can choose to not do that. It's up to you. Just don't expect anything from me because of it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't doing it as an exchange. But thank you for letting me know your thoughts. I'm sorry you had to lie. I do feel a bit sad you lied to me. But you're gonna tell Ellie, so I guess that's something.
So I'm very sorry. I don't think you really understand what I'm trying to tell you here.
Probably not.
You don't like Casey and Gray, do you?
No, they were really mean to Connor.
Mm-hmm. I am much more like them than I am like you. Or Elle or Connor, or I don't know Valen, but probably him too. Okay?
Okay.
I am not going to be nice to you. And you should probably stay away from me. Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome. Would you prefer me to stay away from you?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. I'm sorry I got too close. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable, but I'll keep my distance
Scylla.
from now on. What?
Now, please.
Just kind of slinks out of the room and then just kind of stands in the hallway awkwardly and then is like, oh, she's gonna come out of the room and just keeps going and just kind of wanders off and just like, okay, I don't know where I'm going because people want to be alone, so I'm just gonna find something that looks interesting and maybe bite it.
And we're going to move back to L as we move into our final official scene of the night. And I need to know, L, as you are trying to guide that darkness, as you are trying to control that darkness. What happens when you feel that necklace break? You don't know how you know that this has happened, because it wasn't as though it was something you felt constantly. It wasn't as though when you took it off, there was a huge change. But you feel that something is wrong, something has cracked, something has been destroyed, and you feel that spot against your chest where that necklace lay burning.
Yeah, it's a really interesting question that you have posed there. You know when that feeling that is described as heartbreak, and it is that feeling in your heart that is so dense and so heavy and it hurts and you can't put a place on the feeling, but you know exactly how sad you are, how like desperate you are to feel happy, but you can't because it hurts so bad. That is what happens, and that is how she knows something is wrong. And I think those tendrils that were like once, I would say lazily like creeping out that she was trying to control, uh, immediately go taut and just like shoot out from the center point. Like it is no longer something soft and like creeping. It is aggressive and sharp.
And Onyx is the one sitting at the midst of this storm with you, Ellie. And I don't know how much you register them there. I don't know how well you can even focus on what they are desperately and repeatedly signing to you. But perhaps some of those words will make their way through and we will find out what decisions Elle makes as Onyx desperately begs you to not become a villain.
What the fuck?
And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode.
Real quick, can I ask a question? This is just a logistics question. Did I
Go
hurt
for it,
Scylla?
Harp. You did not hurt Scylla.
I mean, Scylla's
Okay.
sad.
Okay. I was just saying for purposes of angry. Although I guess that's also
Oh.
breaks. If I combined breaking the locket or the necklace
I
You
think
hurt
that
me.
and
counts.
being
I think
really
You
that-
hurt
mean,
Ellie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, you
and
know
you
what,
broke
we'll
something,
count
so
that.
I think that counts.
We'll
cool,
count that. Yeah.
cool. Hell yeah.
Yay. So this is how they
I
fight.
just want you to know, Harp, thanks, Mara. You're the origin of my villain story. Thank you. Fucking
I mean, is it really Mara's fault if Rook
Yes.
gave you the necklace?
Maybe
It's a
he
cursed
can,
Mara
necklace.
destroyed it.
I freed you from a cursed necklace.
maybe he
Hey,
can give
listen,
you a
if a
non-curse
broken
necklace.
necklace, right, and if a broken necklace is what causes you to become a villain, then like maybe you should reevaluate your origin story.
Okay, don't turn this back on me. Don't turn this back on me. I'm so mad right now, right? Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I won't become a villain. It's
If-
fine.
If somebody got rid of your necklace that causes darkness and trauma, I feel like that's at the very least morally gray, right?
Maybe I'm trying to
Right.
be edgy. Maybe I want to be edgy.
Miss Two City Blocks trying to be edgy. Oh, perish the thought.
Apparently, it's a whole fucking city at this point.
Not yet.
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah,
Well, not anymore
May-
because necklace is gone.
Potentially.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
necklace is gone.
Did
didn't
we
get
really
necklace.
Thank you,
save
Steph.
it with the necklace, or did we release
Yeah.
it? That is my question.
That's a great question.
Play to find out.
JD.
Oh fuck.
Do
Find
we
out
get
in
craft
RP.
time? Do we get craft time at this place? Syl will craft a new necklace out of like papers. Whatever they let us craft. It feels bad. It feels bad.
All right, all. I know it is late, so I'm going to have us go around, do our outros, and all of the other Entropy Emporium business before we wrap up. But starting with you, Harp, remind people of who you are, the awesome things you do, and different projects you have going on.
Hi, I'm Harp. I played Mara there. She's a ball of sunshine. Yeah, I said that it was gonna storm really bad tonight. Yeah, tornado watched the whole night, and it like 3 drops of rain hit my window, so we're chilling. You can find me on most places at Harping Harp, especially YouTube. I'm working on a really long video right now, so that'll be a while. But if you follow me, you'll probably hear about it eventually. I make music. If you want music, you can talk to me and do that. Tomorrow night, I'm playing Beacons of Farlight on High Shelf Collective. I'll be playing Maisie. She's a nightmare. That's the class name. She's pretty chill generally. And then the day after that, I'm running the penultimate episode of Project Reach Extraction. A giant heist in a digital tower. They're about to go up and meet a self-proclaimed god, who's really just a trans girl in sweatpants. So That's that. Who's up next?
God, I almost had a moment when you were like, they're going up this tower to meet, the final boss, and I was like, oh, me and Kian had that experience, but nope, that was not where we ended up. And well, wait, no, Kian, you go last because you do the entropy business. So instead, we're gonna jump to Q.
Hi, I'm Q. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight underscore INQ. Q is my name, save a horse, ride a cowboy. I am all over the place. Let's see. Is it redacted this week? I feel like it's redacted this week. Yes, okay. Thursday is redacted. Friday is Assasass. Hell yeah. On Saturdays, I don't know about this weekend, but on Saturdays, we are over at Live from the Apocalypse for class reunion, for which I am now a permanent cast member, which is very good. My boy is heartbroken and has a silver arm, so that's fun for him. Uh, on Sundays, over at RPGs Uncovered, you can see me playing Desperado. Over Star Crier. It's a Lancer game, and the dice were nicer to me this last game, so that was nice. And then on the opposite Tuesdays, you can see me Nephilim, where I'm playing a different cowboy. I keep making cowboys. I've got other projects in the works, so like keep an eye out for them. But until then, see you on the internet somewhere, just being a nerd or lurker, who knows.
Incredible. Yeah, you have a lot of cool projects going up these days. You have become me, Q.
It's true. Look, I'm just trying to be booked and blessed. You know what I mean?
All right, Steph, you are up next.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Steph. I was Scylla. She's a little sad, but it's okay. Not everyone has to be her friend. You can find me over on Live from the Apocalypse. I love Mara. She's such a great character. You can find me Live from the Apocalypse this Thursday in Redacted, where we have a fun time of fallout from the last episode. You can also find me not next Saturday, the end of May, I think, for the next Saturday table of a season of Secrets and Shadows, and it's not fine at all. And other than that, you can also find me here every other Tuesday. So yeah, check out some of the stuff. Maybe see why it's so not fine at my table anymore.
You're having a normal one. I
No,
wouldn't
it's real
worry about
bad.
it. It is really
It's real
bad.
bad
It's
for
one
me.
of the meanest things I've ever allowed to have happen in a game.
It's real bad for me.
I will, just because we always have a different order for the outros, I will go next. I realized I didn't do an intro. Hi, I am JD. Tonight I was everyone else. You can find me on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean, and this is the week that I run way too many games almost back to back to back, since I will be running the aforementioned Redacted and then a season of Secrets and Shadows on Friday and Thursday and Friday. I will then, I had to check my schedule to see if I'm right on this. Normally, I would be with Class Reunion Saturday morning. I will be with Exquisite Corpse Presents for Sister Cities Saturday night. And you can also find me in a few other LFTA games: Academy H, our Masks Actual Play podcast, Never Ember's Enigma, which is our heist game, and Thy Kingdom Come, which is our dystopian theocracy game where so many terrible things are happening all at once. I am also in Nova with Lost Caravan every other Wednesday. And I think those are all of the games I'm currently doing at this time, though I consistently feel like something is missing. But with that, I'm going to pass it over to LC.
I don't like the fact that I don't trust you right now. I'm obsessed with a lot of things. I don't anyways, I MLC. Everything is fine. I'm having a normal one. I have been your literal ray of sunshine tonight, Mara. Fuck you. It's fine. I can be found on Optimistics at all social media, and it's above me. I'm not going to spell it. And I have a light May schedule. You can find me next this Saturday, where I'm returning after skipping a month for our Speakeasy Conspiracy, our Call of Cthulhu campaign over on Singularity. We've finally been playing officially over a year now, and I have been promised to have some quality time with my fiance. It's great. I'm very mad at him. He ruined my life and allowed me to murder 26 people that I didn't remember. Anyways, it's fine. I don't have a type. Then every other alternating. Oh wait, no, 7th. I didn't fill out my schedule yet. The 7th, you can find Kian and I over on where is it? Lost Caravan, where we're playing our second episode of our Old Gods little mini series. Where I have also gotten myself into a predicament where the two sages who don't have any combat ability have been sucked into a cave to go fight whatever terror because I decided to step on a chain, a ghost chain that was coming from the cave, thinking I could break it. And then I rolled bad. And now we're here. One of us is a bear. It's not me. But one of us is a bear currently, and I am not. And then every other alternating Monday, I'm in Dustgrave, our Lancer campaign. I did 38 points of damage to an enemy that only needed like 8 to kill, and I'm salty about it. Other than that, I'm fine. Also, my boyfriend in that is also fine. He hasn't really spoken to me in a while. He's doing other secretive things. It's great. He's an AI. I love him very much. And then masks. That's it.
Wow, when the AI isn't talking to you, that's rough.
He's doing some shady fucking shit, and Hoop won't tell me what he's doing. I did Cascade 2 episodes ago. I did do that. So now I have to roll Cascade rolls every time I roll a 1 for structure. So I saw God in that one. I saw God in my Call of Cthulhu game too.
You have so many fascinating experiences, Elsie.
All because I roll bad, baby.
And last but not least, we have Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. Uptight underscore fun, uptight dash fun, depending on where you're hanging out. A lot of what I am in has been discussed. I am going to be in Beacons of Firelight tomorrow on High Shelf Collective. I will be in Project Reach Extraction on Entropy Emporium on Thursday. Next Wednesday, I will be in Nova over on Lost Caravan. And then I will also be in the Old Gods campaign on Lost Caravan on the 7th. There's something that I'm forgetting. What is it? Oh, I have a campaign coming up. That's what it is. I have a upcoming campaign. We will be starting in July. I'm super excited about it. It's an Invisible Sun campaign. My players have given me a lot of really fun things to play with, including a talking horse. So we're gonna see where that goes. Entropy Emporium, because I can't think of anything else that I'm doing. Tuesdays, obviously, we're here every other Tuesday, every other Thursday, Project Reach Extraction, and then upcoming Invisible Sun, and then also upcoming our fuck, I can't remember the pitch for it, but our Girl by Moonlight game that is going to be run by Will, that we're super excited about. So there's also upcoming a D&D 5e campaign that's going to be run by JT. My brain is really scrambled by tonight's episode. I'm really sorry that this is not coming out smoothly. I have a lot of anxiety. But yeah, coming out in our Discord, come vibe with us. We're just a bunch of nerds hanging out, doing cool things. Yeah, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, be kind to the planet. That's what I got. Evangelion meets magical girls. Thank you. That is the pitch. It's in chat. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But definitely coming out on our Discord. Follow social medias, both mine and Entropy Emporium's. I have a couple projects coming up that I can't yet talk about, but I'm super excited about. Hoping to get those started in the fall. I think that's me. I didn't prep a raid. JD, who would you like to raid today?
Let's see who is out there who we can throw a raid at. We could go hang out with Guild Superior.
Perfect.
They're playing Heroes of Greyhawk.
Definitely hang out, say hello to Guild Superior, let them know that we sent you. But yeah, come back next time for whatever awful things JD will be inflicting. Have a good night, everybody.
I'll see.
Or Elsie. This is true.
I will do nothing bad. You do not have to worry about that. But
I don't
find out in
trust-
RP in 2
To be-
weeks.
To be fair, I do this in every game I'm in. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
It's true. And we love you for it.